Now, if we think about a plant, well, a plant's a living thing, and all living things need some form of nutrition, so some sort of food. So how does a plant get food? Well, what happens is a plant converts the energy from the sun, so this is sunlight beams down on a plant, and it has lots of energy in it, this sunlight, and the plant is able to convert that energy into an organic molecule called glucose. So to do that, it takes in carbon dioxide and it takes in water. And really the key part of this is making its own food is it makes glucose. It also happens to make oxygen as a byproduct, and that's just kind of, coincidental really. But plants are able to make their own food. And they do it, of course, by a process that we know of photosynthesis. So just to go through that, photosynthesis is a chemical reaction where carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight form sugar or glucose and oxygen. And the purpose of photosynthesis is for plants to make their own food. So they make glucose, and with that they do all sorts of other things. So because a plant makes its own food via photosynthesis, it's called an autotroph. So an autotroph, an auto kind of means make your own, and kind of make your own food. So an autotroph, they're also called producers, so plants produce their own food. Now, there are lots of organisms that are autotroph, basically every single plant on our planet. They're also, so they're all photosynthetic. There are actually also chemosynthetic autotrophs that live on the very bottom of the ocean, and they make their own food. They're bacteria. They make their own food from the chemical reactions that happen around them. And so these are all producers. They make their own food. The other organisms are called heterotrophs, and so heterotrophs actually consume other organisms to make their own, to get food. So hetero means other, and troph is food. So they get their food from other sources. And a good example of a heterotroph is, well, me or you. So we're all animals, and animals are all heterotrophs. So they make their own food. And photosynthesis, that is a really key biological reaction which photosynthetic autotrophs perform to make their own food.